Okay, hello everyone. This is the Shooting Game Weekly episode number 61, and we're coming back with another Touhou episode. There's so many Touhou games, I don't think we'll ever run out of episodes to do for them until we do. But this is number 61 on Touhou 6, Embodiment of Scarlet Devil, and it was the first of the Windows-based Touhou games released in 2002. So quite a while ago now. That we've had all these Windows-based Touhou games. It's pretty crazy, but we got three guests joining to expertly comment about Touhou 6 and its various modes and how it is played and how to enjoy it and all those good things that we do on STG Weekly. And so those guests that are joining today are chumlum.
Hello.
And Vanhaomena.
Hello.
Van for short. And we're also joined by Cactu.
Hello.
And also, Frenetic is here, co-hosting as well with me.
Yeah, the F-Man's in the house again.
And so did Machine rocking on the stream. Look at this. We got like the team going on. Team
soda.
Team Shmup.
Team STG Weekly.
But yeah, so Touhou 6 Embodiment of Scarlet Devil. Where do you guys want to get started talking about this game? Yeah, you can go ahead and take the floor, Chum, or whoever.
Oh, sure. Yeah, this game is awesome.
All right, good start.
Good start. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's the first Windows Touhou game, so a lot of the things you see in the other games, that like a lot of the mainstays, they were introduced in this game. Like, for instance, in the PC98 games, there were point items, and pretty much all of the Touhou games have point items. But in this game, you can, when you have max power, you can go to the top of the screen and collect all of the point items. Like they will all be drawn towards you. That's like one of the mainstays that was introduced in this, and also the spell card system. With the spell card system, that means that the bosses, they have attacks with names that give you points if you capture it. That's basically defeating the attack without bombing or dying or timing it out.
That means that's capturing a spell card. Okay.
Yeah, so both of these things are obviously scoring mechanics, but they're pretty simple concepts, and this game is kind of interesting because on the surface it's a really simple game, but when you do get deep into it, it becomes very complicated.
Like most Touhou games, it seems.
Yeah, like I wouldn't say it's as complicated as the next one, Perfect Cherry Blossom, but there's a lot more to this game than meets the eye. So yeah, so you get like the point items. I guess that's the most immediate thing to know about. Like it's the blue items that the enemies drop. The enemies drop both blue and red items. The red items are power items.
Okay.
When you have 128 power, then you're maxed out and you get a power-up cancel. Cancels in this game are very important. Basically,
power-up cancel, okay.
You mean that cancels all the bullets on the screen?
Yeah, it cancels all the bullets on the screen, and all the bullets turn into star items. And here's the thing, the star items are probably the most important thing in the game, because the star items give you a lot of points if you have a lot of grays. So, well, yeah, grazing obviously is a mainstay.
Oh.
So we have grays counting up here already on our little demonstration replay here.
Yeah.
And he already reached 128 power or whatever, so he's ready for.
Yeah, he's max power, so he can start like auto collecting all the items at the top of the screen now.
Okay.
So there's also kind of like a chaining system with the power items, where if you collect enough power items, their value starts increasing. But that's not really that important, because like once you die, the chain gets chains drop, and you have to die on purpose to score in this game. So that's not really important, but it's just something worth knowing about. So the point items, they always have the same value no matter how much grace you have, but they're worth more the higher up on the screen you collect them. So you collected them at their max value if the text from collecting the item is yellow. If it's white, you didn't collect it at max value, and the lower on the screen you collect it, the less it's worth. Like if you collect it at the bottom of the screen, it's only worth like 10% of its max value. So you have
Wow.
to try to collect the power items at the top of the screen.
So you're really rewarded for being aggressive.
Yeah, and since this is normal mode, it's like it's not that hard to, you know, get the power items at the top of the screen because you know it's normal mode is kind of easy. But on the Lunatic mode, it's a lot more. Yeah, right now he's abusing a safe spot. This game has quite a few of these. This game has quite a few safe spots, but generally they're very tight, so you'll die pretty often trying to get into them, and sometimes you have to move around in them and stuff like that, so they're kind of difficult. And, you know, he's just kind of racking up the grace.
So grace is really important then.
Grace and
For the game.
cancels, I would say, are the two most important things. Point items coming in just behind, and I guess the next thing to bring up in this game would be that using your resources properly is also really good for score.
Okay.
You can get probably about 2/3 of your high score, at least on Lunatic mode, I'm not sure about normal, just from proper resource usage.
Okay,
No,
and
not 2/3, 1/3, sorry.
okay, and then so yeah, proper resource usage. So what do the bombs do in this game?
Yeah. One thing that's
As far as
really
that
nice
goes.
about the Touhou games is that generally all the characters will have, you know, different shots, different bombs, stuff like that. So they have different bombs, so the bombs function differently. The character we're seeing right now has a harder bomb to use, I would say.
Yes.
So when he starts using the bomb, I'll kind of explain what's going on.
Okay.
Because it's kind of hard to explain. So let's just wait until it gets to that point.
Yeah, you can use the bomb for a few things.
Okay.
One is just racking
There
up
are
the grace
multiple
counter.
reasons to use bombs.
Yeah. Yeah,
When-
like at least 4, I think.
So when you cancel, use the cancel, does that reset your grays or anything like that, or what
No.
happens exactly when you use a cancel? I suppose we haven't really have we seen many of the cancels yet in this demonstration?
Well, every time you defeat an attack, the bullets are cancelled.
Okay.
It's just not, you know, it's not that flashy, but they are cancelled, and they turn into star items, which are auto-collected. And the value of star items is multiplied by your grace count.
So wait, how do you activate the cancel exactly?
No, you just defeat an attack. and
Oh,
the
you
bullet-
just
It's that
It's
thing.
just,
Oh, okay.
So you
Yeah, you
want to
don't
try
even
to
have to
defeat
capture it.
attacks.
you just have to deplete its health bar.
Yeah.
That-
So you can't time out the attack. If the attack's time out, you don't get a cancel. So you have to try to grace as well as you can before the timer is about to run down. That's pretty normal. And then try to go for a good cancel. And one thing about about the spell card system, you know, the spell cards aren't like the regular non-spell card attacks. Because you know you get points for defeating the spell cards, and the points will tick down the longer you take. So sometimes you might not want to grace a spell card; you might just want to defeat it quickly.
Really? So
But
there's
right now he's fighting a mid boss using a non-spell, and he's grazing it because you know there's no reason not to.
For the next attack, he will use some resources to
Yeah,
Good.
that'll be a good.
a bunch of grace.
Yeah, so what he's doing right now is he's using the bomb, and when you use the bomb, you lose the ability to graze, except for right at the end of the bomb duration. There's like 1.5 seconds or something where you can graze, and you're still invulnerable. So he uses that short period of time to rack up some graze, which is, you know, it's kind of risky because you know,
amidst a big ass cloud of bullets.
yeah, exactly.
obviously.
That's kind of a big
in
sort
the
of
middle.
trick in this game to do.
Okay, so
learn how-
you're abusing an invulnerability after using a bomb, which lasts
Yeah,
like
and
a
it can
second
be
and a
kind of
half.
risky because, you know,
Sounds kind of
once you
tricky.
try to use the next bomb without dying.
So you're timing your bombs in such a way then it sounds
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, so that's one of the ways to use the bombs for score.
So you can get a significant amount of graze from this technique. That's what
Yeah.
it sounds like.
Pretty much.
So the idea with getting a good cancel is simply just having high graze and then finishing off a pattern at the top of the screen. Is that what it,
Finishing
It doesn't need to be at the top of the screen.
Yeah.
Just try to have as many bullets on the screen as possible because the
oh,
star
okay. That's the objective. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
it's grace
I think you're
multiplied by
confusing.
bullet count. That's it.
Yeah, I think you're confusing the star items with the point items. The the point items, they should be collected at the top of the screen, but the star items are their worth are only determined by your grace, so they can be collected wherever.
Oh, and they're sucked in automatically.
Yeah, they're
from
sucked
wherever
in
you're at, right?
You can drop them if you die while they're being sucked in. Then all of them will drop. You don't get any of them, and then that sucks. But
Yeah, those star items kind of appear quickly, but they're just like yellow little kind of.
yeah. So right now the
cards.
player's performing a super grace.
Look at this.
That's another
Nice.
whole thing. You know, you try to go in the middle of the bullet clouds and grace as many bullets as possible. It's tends to be quite difficult. This one is a bit more difficult than it looks because
It's like a moth to the flame style.
Yeah.
Don't get too close, you get zapped.
yeah, mailing is the boss is fighting. Her hitbox is quite big, so when you're that close to her, you will die because
Oh,
you're
you might run into her.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
Right now he's not at full power, so when this non-god ends, he's gonna grab some power items and rack up a full power cancel.
Yeah, so
Because he's at 126, 2 away
Yep.
from 128.
yeah,
That's new
so when you do a power cancel, that's the same as you know, a bullet cancel. So with the grace he has now, the power cancel he's gonna have over here is gonna be
It's gonna
worth
be
a
huge.
shit ton. If you look at his score right now,
Ooh.
And it doesn't end the,
Okay, yeah.
the
got
non-well,
like
it's
6 million from that.
and then he's gonna do the bomb glitch.
All right, should I explain the bomb glitch?
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So the bomb glitch is a bit peculiar. Basically, he's timing. Okay, so first of all, when you use a bomb, bullets are cancelled. They turn into star items. But Sun probably understood that okay, if you just bombed and get star items everywhere, that would be kind of broken. You would just bomb every pattern for score everywhere.
Yeah.
So what he did is that he made it so that when the bomb's active, the star items are completely worthless. They give you nothing.
Okay.
However, there's, I guess you could call it a glitch. Right
it
at
is.
the end of the bomb duration, the star items will revert to their original value that they're supposed to have with your considering your grace count. And so if you time your bomb very specifically in certain patterns, you can actually suck in very high value star items by using your bomb. So
Oh, does that have
Yeah.
any relationship to your invulnerability while you're at the end of the bomb duration?
no, that doesn't matter.
I see.
They are
Um,
two different things.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but you kind of want to mind your distance between you and the bullet source that you're using to get those star items. And timing, the timing is very strict for these bombs. So you have to really
You have
learn
to memorize it.
on them. And the character he's using has kind of a weird bomb, so what he has to do is he has to use the bomb so that one of the stars from the bombs hits the bullet source at the correct time. Then the star items will be worth a lot. Well, that's kind of difficult to do, so this is kind of a difficult character to use.
Yeah,
as
he
well.
got all of the bombs on the mailing fight. Almost
Yeah,
right.
he got them all right, but because you know this game is very random. Like the bosses, they move randomly. The patterns are very random, so it's kind of hard to know where the boss is gonna move. So it's like really hard to use the bombs well.
Yeah, and this shot has such a long bomb that you have to do it several seconds in advance.
Yeah,
I mean, several seconds before the bullets are fired.
yeah. The Marise has quite a big bomb duration.
Reimu B is much simpler.
Yeah, Raymond B
You're gonna
has
see
the
it in
simplest.
Looney mode.
Yes.
Okay, we'll have to look out for the bomb glitch then to see what it looks like.
Yeah, he's
that'll
gonna
help.
do it more times. We'll see more of it,
Okay.
so I can get back to it then.
But it sounds like it's kind of tricky to do.
Yeah,
Something you definitely probably gotta watch.
It's not particularly difficult in most cases. It's more something you just have to learn.
But this is essential for getting respectable scores.
Yes,
Is this true?
I would say so. Yes.
Okay.
So another thing, I guess you could mention that this game, unlike other games in the series, resets your grace in between stages. So
Yeah, I
the
noticed
stages
that.
are kind of self-contained in that way. So,
So
it's
you-
kind of
yeah.
interesting because you can have like a really good stage 3 and then kind of fuck up stage 5. And,
So good scoring in this game is like kind of understanding the game flow in a lot of respect as far as timing when your cancels are going to be best and but most importantly, probably is doing all the grazing correctly.
Yeah, the grazing. I mean, the grazing is the backbone.
I mean, that's the backbone of all your points.
Yeah, because I mean, even if you get all the cancels right, your cancels will be worth less if you have bad graze.
So yeah, so I guess that's what I meant to say is I guess it's really all about the graze.
And the point items they're kind of easy to take for granted, especially on normal. So you see, he doesn't really have much
trouble getting any of them almost.
Yeah.
He only misses
it's a bit harder on Lunatic, but
the grace is more important than the items. So if he has to choose, he's gonna get the grace before the items.
Sometimes it's kind of hard to juggle between grazing and collecting point items optimally at the same time. But yeah. So more grazing here. This boss is kind of interesting because her patterns change depending on which shot type you're using. And one other thing about this game in general is that the patterns are really different between the different difficulties. Like they're completely different patterns. They're not just like jacked up versions.
Oh wow.
So he's just trying to get lots of grace here.
Right.
Another
He's
thing.
gonna milk every pattern that is not grazeable to a high degree.
Yeah. And,
so is it just like trial and error as far as determining what gets you more points, like speed killing a spell card or graze?
Yeah, absolutely. You have to do a lot of research. I mean, if you're trying to figure out this
like
thing,
you're finding out like what spell cards are better to graze than others, basically comes from experience.
Yeah.
Or learning the game a bit.
Like learning on your own will take a very long time, but there's a lot of replays to watch to get the hang of it. But people have different routes and stuff for this game, so if you would score this game, you would probably have a route that's kind of unique. Because there's different ways to approach it.
Yeah.
It's different places to spend your resources, different ways to graze stuff.
I know, so yeah, so wow, there's like a big bang in my neighborhood. Okay, I forgot what I was gonna say, so go ahead.
Yeah, well, this game is kind of, it's you can set it apart easily from the other Windows games for a number of reasons. One thing that's pretty definitely worth mentioning is that the hitboxes in this game are quite big and often not really corresponding to the sprites.
Right.
So you have to be very careful.
Like,
for instance, the bubble bullets, she's using them right now. These have big square hitboxes, which are completely different from later games, where they're smaller.
On normal, it's really easy here, but on Lunatic, these are gonna come from diagonal angles, and it's extremely scary.
So the hitboxes are a bit of a strange duck in the series as far as the first Windows Touhou goes.
Yeah, you have to get used to hitbox in this game. It can take quite some time.
Here he bombs so he can get in the middle of.
Yeah, he times that bomb so that he can get lots of grace from the bullet source there. These bombs, you have to memorize exactly how to use them or you will lose points.
Yeah, you have to fire the bomb in advance. You can't.
Yeah, you have to memorize exactly.
Here he suicides to get into the middle.
Suiciding for grace is basically the same idea as bombing for grace. When you respawn, you have the ability to grace, but you are invulnerable. So if you time your suicide correctly, you can your invulnerability period to get some grace.
Yeah, and he suicided only because he had 0 bombs. So
some of these techniques.
When you die, you get 3 bombs again.
Yeah. Okay. Some of these techniques seem a bit unintuitive, but
you have to suicide.
But the Touhou games, they're very focused on the replay feature, so that you can watch other people use these techniques. But I think if you didn't have that, would it be hard to figure out this bomb glitch and stuff?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so it's you got to understand that with these kind of the Touhou scoring, it's very based upon checking out all those replays, and they're really handy, the replay features in the Touhou games, from what I can tell.
This game, this game is really old. It's come a long way.
Yeah. So I'd imagine at the very beginning, they didn't know, so it was played a bit differently.
Yeah, the older records are so weird.
Older records, they're very different from newer ones.
So we're adjusting to basically what time has done to the metagame.
This record, I think, is from 2012. And this game's been around since 2002, so everything's changed a lot. Here he's specifically timing the bomb for the purpose of the bomb glitch again.
You have to re-explain the bomb glitch because I didn't quite fully understand it. At some point, maybe not.
It's kind of tricky to understand and explain.
Yeah.
So, the bomb has a certain duration. Every bomb has a unique duration. Mars Ace bomb has quite a long duration, and the last 1 or 2 seconds or something like that of the bomb duration, you're still invulnerable. The bomb's losing. I would say it's not counted as active anymore by the game, but you're still invulnerable. And during this short period of time, the bomb is still canceling bullets, and those canceled bullets will turn into star items that have their original value when other star items created during the bomb period are not worth anything.
So you need? Are you saying you need a source of the star items being created?
Yeah.
Yes, you have to
To actually trigger the points from the star items you're manipulating with the bomb.
Yes.
Yeah, they need to be fired.
Okay.
Yeah, the
By
bullets
the
need
enemy.
to be fired, and you're with the bomb with the character being used here. One of the stars created by the bomb has to hit the bullets when they're being fired at a certain point of time.
So it has to hit the bullets. It's a kind of interesting interaction that's just kind of a little hard to understand.
Yeah, it has to hit the bullets as they're being spawned
That's right.
at a certain time, and so you have to use the bomb a couple of seconds in advance and know that the bullets are going to be spawned at a certain place, so that you positioned yourself correctly when you use the bomb and use it at the correct time.
The certain place is dependent on the type of bomb. Then.
Yeah, and generally if you're too close to the bullet spawn, you'll get less score because the bullets, the further the bullets will travel, the more of these high value star items you can get. So you have to kind of have the correct distance. That's why, as Cactu kind of joked before about it, you want to go to the corner. Quite
Yeah,
often.
bomb in a corner and get
Yeah,
the world record.
bomb and go to the corner and you can get lots of points.
I think I see what you're saying because so we've used this phrase, the bullet source, here in describing this. So that's definitely an important phrase as far as this.
Yeah, like if the bullets are
glitch
being
is pulled off.
If the bullets are being spawned like all over the screen, then the bomb glitch with this character at least would be much less useful.
Yeah, there needs to be a high concentration of them in the.
Okay.
Yeah, like a big cloud of bullets.
So in your research, you would target the patterns that are most dense for your bomb timing.
and while you have the most grace, so you have to think about that too. So you kind of have to balance your resource route with bombs used for grace, but not too many bombs used for grace because some bombs are good to use for bomb glitch too. And you can also use the bombs to kill enemies that you normally otherwise
Yeah, he's gonna do that in
get more.
stage 6 right here.
Yeah, he
Okay.
does that on stage 6, for instance.
Okay.
Last stage, by the way, we're already there. Wow.
Okay, maybe we just want to focus on commentating this stage then of the replay.
Yeah. Last stage in the game. It's quite tense.
So.
The normal mode, not that hard. On Lunatic, it's a nightmare, but normal mode is quite doable.
So, who's the player on this normal replay again?
Matsu holds every easy and normal mode record in the game, with every character.
Okay, so this guy's the best.
He's the best at easy and normal. He's quite good at
Best in the low.
those two.
In the low difficulties.
He is the master of the low difficulties,
Let's
yeah.
see.
For now.
For now,
now.
Cactu
Cactu is
almost
close.
beats the Ring of D one, so...
Cactu is very close to the overall normal record, but not quite there yet.
Here he suicides for grace.
Okay.
Yeah, this thing gives a lot.
He's racking up lots of grace here because he's spawning all these bullets.
Here comes a mistake.
This is one of the few mistakes in the run. There's a safe spot right next to Sakya here, and he knew he wasn't quite in it, so he had to use a bomb, which wasted some time because he could have spent that time using the bomb inside the safe spot, getting some more grace.
And it wastes a bomb right there.
Yeah, it
Here's
also
one less bomb for this fight.
That safe spot is pixel precise and very, very difficult.
What's the number below Grays? 154.
That's the point item number. It also
Oh
resets
yeah.
stages. Also, this game has a stage clear bonus. After you finish every stage, you get a bonus depending on how many point items and how much grace you have. It's basically
Okay.
your number of point items times your grace, something like that.
It's a good bonus though.
Yeah, it's pretty sizable. It's not super huge, but
It's significant, but it it comes automatically after
Yeah,
every
because
stage.
I mean you're
and
already
it's-
trying to get all the point
Yeah,
items.
it's
Yeah.
already based on things that you would do anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Racing and
So
collecting items.
This card can be a huge bitch if you.
yeah, that looked crazy.
Because those bullets have very big hitboxes and the card's very random. So sometimes she will clump all the bullets together so that they're all like heading right at where you are and you can't like do anything. It can be quite hard if you get unlucky.
But none of the spells in this game are ever completely impossible.
No, never completely impossible, but they
They
can
always
be
have a
that
gap.
close.
But it can be so hard that
Yeah,
nobody can do
but
it.
this is just normal mode. It's mainly on the lunatic mode that the spells can go really nuts.
So here he's just gathering some grays.
Yeah,
Safe spot behind her.
That's just grazing. He loses nothing by grazing it.
yeah.
Okay, uses a
here
bomb.
He's bombing for more graves,
And the bomb ends.
and he
okay,
moves
that's-
down just during the last few invulnerability frames. Quite sick.
Just use that for grays. These are grays bombs.
Yeah,
that's for
and
grace.
that great suicide. This game can be quite frustrating because if you misuse your resources, it's so clear that you're gonna lose a lot of score. So, like dying intentionally is a huge blow to your score. It can be quite frustrating.
At this level, yeah, learning these timings and stuff seems crazy. I mean, this is world record. I mean, you have
Here he's
take
bombing
that
so
line,
that
that's
he can
crazy.
do a super grace in between these knives.
Here he
Because
used
it's kind
one
of-
for grazing and the rest for milking it.
Yeah, there's the bomb glitch
Yeah.
point styrotum thing.
Except one of them didn't quite work.
Oh, this bomb was terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they only got a few of them.
Yeah.
It was mistimed. A human
And
mistake.
that death, it wasn't exactly intentional, but he couldn't avoid the death when he was grazing anyway, because Remila was at the top of the screen. And when he died, he got all the grace anyway, and he's supposed to die anyway, because he can get another power-up cancel. And
Yeah, clearing with extra lives is not worth almost
yeah,
anything.
the gain clear bonus is very low. You get 3 million on normal, you get 3 million per life, and 1 million per bomb. So
And
he's getting
got
the same if he clears.
280 million right now.
Yeah, and it's not much, and he's getting the same if he clears with 3 bombs as if he clears with 1 life. So he should be on his last life. It's better.
This has been a pretty impressive replay, I must say.
Yeah,
Very
the
good.
normal and easy modes in this game, they're not like super visually impressive, but they're more like for when you go deep into the game, they're more impressive.
Well, it's like demonstrating all the concepts perfectly.
yeah, exactly. That's why I think it's
without
This
being
one is
too-
very optimized.
if we just showed like the lunatic run straight away, it would be impossible to keep up with because it's on a
It's
different
intense.
level.
yeah,
Execution,
right. So this, yeah.
or rather, the skill scaling is just much higher on lunatic.
Here's the last spell card in the game.
Last spell card in the game is
Grand
worth a
final.
lot of points if you capture it, and it's very random, but it's not that difficult.
Yeah, because the
Even-
spell card bonus is based on
He
how many
seems
seconds
kind of
life
nervous here
you have.
with the choices he makes when he dodges it, but he gets through.
This is actually a pretty hard spell for
It
the
can
normal.
be hard if you get bad luck.
Very
Otherwise,
slow, but it can get very dense.
yeah.
It didn't. He got
Nice.
he got a
Five.
very easy arrangement of bullets.
Nice.
Yeah, so I guess we could also talk about, the game has 4 different shot types, 2 characters, 2 shot types each.
Mhm.
They vary a lot, so we didn't actually talk anything about the shot type he was using, except that, her bomb releases stars, whatever.
Yeah.
It's the shot type with the highest damage output from afar, but it has no spread whatsoever.
And what type was that?
Marisa A,
That was
Christmas
voiced.
trees type.
That's what we just
She
watched.
shoots Christmas trees.
Right. I guess, yeah, it kind of looked like a pine tree shot.
Yeah. Yeah, he had 3 spare bombs because he suicided to get another more grace and another power-up cancel. And clearing with 3 bombs is better than clearing with 1 life.
And he couldn't fit the bombs anywhere.
He
in the-
couldn't use the bombs for anything anyway because that would lose him score.
They are not worth it on normal anymore.
I wasn't paying attention, but how often do you get extends? Or what's the deal
In
with
this
that?
game, you get most of your. I would say that you get all of your extends pretty much automatically, unless you don't
Yeah.
do anything to score at all. You
So-
get your score extents at 10, 20, 40, and 60 million, and as you could see, he was far above that.
Oh, okay. So you
And
get
you
4 of
also
them.
get 2 extents from mid bosses.
Okay, so 6 total extends. You can
Yeah.
get making like total of like about 9 lives or something.
Yeah, and you have
Plus
to
all the
you have to
bombs.
think about your lives as something to be spent, rather than something that you can afford to lose. You have to think about how
Yes,
to spend.
Alexei and Chill, that's right. Keeping the 3 bombs gives him 3 million, and there was no possible time to use the bombs to gain
Yeah,
more than 1 million
uh,
each. There were no
yeah.
no such patterns.
Yeah, at that because there's only so many
Okay.
bombs you can use at the profitable patterns, because the bomb has a long period. So once you're out of those patterns, there's no longer any reason to use the bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Because
you
like
can't use
the last 2 spell cards would be stupid to bomb, because then you would lose
Yeah.
the spell card bonus,
They are
which is very
unprofitable.
sizable.
Yeah, if anything, if you can't hit the if you ignored the like bomb glitch, you could just play this game grazing and probably still, get some type of score.
When you're starting, I mean, everyone has to. You have to
Yeah.
start by doing something. So at first,
Yeah.
the most obvious thing to do is capture spell cards, graze bullets, cancel bullets, and collect point items. And
But yeah,
Okay.
and the resource, how to use the resources, that kind of comes afterwards.
Mhm.
Once
pretty
you can
high
actually clear the game, because that's kind of important. If you can't clear it, you shouldn't be thinking about how to use the resources.
True. Okay, I
What
guess
do we show extra next?
Yeah.
we do extra next. Okay,
Extra
cool.
world record.
And who is this by again?
Osaka. He's been playing this game competitively for like 10 years or something, if not more. He's still playing.
Oh wow.
He's still sometimes streaming it live.
He's quite dedicated, and he has most of the extra records and 1 lunatic record.
Wow. Okay, sweet. So what do we need to know about extra then?
Okay, yeah, the extra stage, it's a single stage
And it's
that
small.
you unlock by clearing the game on any difficulty above easy. And the extra stage is generally in Touhou games, the extra stages are quite gimmicky. So the patterns are more something you have to memorize than something you can twitch dodge. Unlike the main game, where the patterns are very random and you have to twitch dodge them. But
Okay.
the scoring in extra is really crazy. It's really ridiculous. It's fast and ridiculous. That's all I can say.
It's the same system still.
It's
But
Same
point
system,
items.
but like
He's using a different shot type, so when he uses the bombs, I guess I'll have to explain what's different about it.
I guess the antes being upped too, just in general, due to the more bullets and stuff.
Yeah, it is harder than normal.
It's harder than normal. I would say it's maybe on par with hard, maybe
Yeah, I agree.
something like that.
Okay.
Still nothing close to Lunatic.
Lunatic is way above extra, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think extra is a bit more optimized though than Lunatic.
Yeah, because it's shorter.
One thing that's in the main game, the luck aspects come mainly in the form of how the patterns are formed and how difficult the patterns can be. There's a lot of luck with that, but there's not that much luck with scoring in comparison. Extra has lots of luck with scoring, which can be quite frustrating.
All right, we'll have to see where that comes in.
I think Cactu knows a bit more about extra than me, so.
Okay, so what are we looking out for basically?
In extra, you don't get any score extents. I guess that's the first thing to mention. So there's less resources to be spent. But where to spend the resources becomes a bit more obvious due to this. So immediately as the extra starts, he's gonna do all kinds of crazy stunts.
Okay. All right, well, let's get into it then.
Yeah, and he's using a new shot type, same character, different shot type, which has a piercing laser and a bomb called the Master Spark, which basically fills the entire screen with a huge laser that just kills everything, which is ideal for this stage.
Right.
We got one more question from the chat. Is this the
Right.
stage with the McDonald's cloud from
This
our
is
own
the stage
Zengeku?
with the McDonald's cloud, yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that was like a meme or something, wasn't it?
Yes, it's a meme.
I seem to remember some type of Touhou clown or McDonald's clown or something.
Touhou
Yeah.
came first.
Back row.
It's a meme based on the boss track.
macarons.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, they brought hot mustard sauce back, so just I thought I'd put that in there.
Who's
Some
they?
areas. McDonald's.
Oh, I see.
Okay, let's get started. I'm sorry. I just
Hot
got
mustard.
Okay, do the countdown.
This episode is hot mustard. Anyway, all right, countdown. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Here we go.
So, the abusing of mechanics we will witness, I imagine.
Yeah. In this stage, there's not so much suiciding and bomb pitching
Okay, good.
compared to the others because you get less lives to do that. But
Oh, okay.
on the mid boss, he's gonna get lots of grace from time.
So you actually see the game played quote unquote normally more. So
what he's doing right now is far from normal. This is extremely difficult.
Yeah.
that's like a that looks like a crazy graze right there.
I've never managed to do this. I've tried many times.
Looks like he's got a rhythm for it though.
It's there's a rhythm, but it is really difficult.
That's ridiculous.
It's also difficult to get all the grace and the items from it. He's timing that bomb to kill fairies and to get grace at the end.
Yeah, it was a multi-purpose bomb.
Yeah, and now he's
Nice.
stray gracing these bullets. Kind of super gracing this fairy at the start before.
I think Fnatic just lost his shit, or who? Am I hearing someone like?
That was
make
me.
Noises.
I gotta go clean up right now. I'll be right back.
This mid boss, it's a repeat from the main game, Patchouli, the stage 4 boss. This time she always uses the same patterns, no matter what shot type you're using. And see, right now he's staying close to the bullet source there, and he just got like 500 grace doing that.
Damn.
And now he's gonna start spamming bombs and suiciding for grace.
Yeah, with this shot up, you have to go above her when you're bombing,
Yeah,
because
because
otherwise
otherwise
she's gonna die.
Yeah.
Because this bomb does a lot of damage if you hit the boss with it.
Oh, okay.
he's timing this so that when his suicide invulnerability ends from this death, the timer will be at 0 and he can finish it off. And see, he's very optimized.
God, he got 1,000 grays from that suicide.
Yeah, he's already got 6,000 grace, and here's a really cool super grace. This pattern is completely static, so you can memorize your way around it so that you can grace it as much as possible.
This is the result of going full shmup right now.
Yes. It's not easy to grace this well, I can tell you.
Oh wow.
Easy to die on this, and all that.
That was some bullet surfing.
Yeah, it's just kind of like going inside the patterns in places you wouldn't normally think of going.
He looks like he understands.
Yeah, he's just memorized exactly what's happening in the pattern and exactly how to grace it.
Yeah, it's the same every time.
Nice
Okay.
movement though.
This pattern he's just gonna speed kill.
This pattern is kind of random, but yeah, you can just kind of like kill it really fast.
Nice.
And if you would happen to die in that fight and have no
Wow, all those points.
all those point items would be power items instead, and you get like nothing.
He just got like 40 mil from capturing that spell card.
Yeah, right there he used a bomb, another multi-purpose bomb, killing all the fairies, and at the end of the bomb he got the bomb grace from more bullet spells. These books are a big reason why Marisa B is so good on this stage. These books are really random, they spawn in random places, but if you kill them when you're at max power, you get tons of point items.
And you can only kill them all if you bomb.
Yeah, otherwise it's impossible to kill them all.
Yeah,
So
the
he's
shotgun.
just trying to use all of his resources here for all the point items.
Another 60 mil has been gained.
Yeah, it's gonna get quite a bit more from
Holy
this.
crap. You can see the chunks of score add up
Yeah.
if you watch it.
Yeah.
That's kinda how.
Slow too,
And
with
you know
this blade.
these fairies, all the fairies has to be handled very specifically so that you get most of the grace and point items. So
But you're
the
not
stage
boss
is
fight.
pretty short, as you can see. The boss fight, on the other hand, is a staple with extra bosses in the series. Is very long. She has 9 spell cards, and he has to deal with this boss very specifically. Like he can't. He's gonna spend most of it on his last life, so he can't like make any mistakes.
Yeah, one mistake just ends the run in a game.
Yeah, obviously at this level, one mistake.
Yeah.
But even at a lower level, you would want to play on your last life. So So first spell card it's kind of a straightforward Super Grace. He's trying to control this pattern so that the bullets are fired. Some of these bullets are aimed, so he's trying to control them so that they're fired.
Yeah, so every bullet meets in the middle, so he can
Yeah,
graze
so
all of
he
them
can
at
graze
once.
bullets as well as possible.
Wow.
That's some bullet hurting right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the bullets are static and some are aimed. So
Does it depend on the color or?
yeah, I don't play extra that much. I think the blue ones are the aimed ones.
Mm.
It's looking like it, yeah.
Man, he's like chilling with those bullets.
Yep.
Yeah,
And,
those life milking
In
it.
this game, the Grace actually maxes out at 9,991, and he's gonna reach that in this round.
Oh shit. Oh man, that cancel. That was a billion star items.
Yeah.
Oh my, what the heck? It was just canceling them non-stop there.
Yeah, but only a few of them were worth much.
It's still cool looking.
So this spell card is really tough Super Grace. He's kind of going inside of the.
And circling and
Here's he's grazing the laser without actually getting hit by it, which is much harder.
Oh.
yeah, you have to match the speed of the laser, and
Yeah.
the natural movement speed does not match it.
Yeah,
So he has to
because
stand.
the lasers they give you grace when you're hugging them. The bullets they're just
Damn.
one grace per bullet.
Wow.
And you can see that when he's done like grazing the laser, he's like doing this like movement to the left afterwards to graze all the stray bullets.
Not only is he saying
he's-
like, "Oh,
he's
I
at
just
top.
dodged the lasers," like I'm gonna dodge these other bullets.
Like right now, he's like doing this thing to the left. That's kind of cool.
I don't know if you explained that the amount of bullets in the cancel is like a big difference. So you want to have the max amount of bullets for every cancel. So he's actually not timing out some of these non-spells for graze, but instead when the boss is at a good position, he kills the non-spell off to get a better cancel.
Oh yeah, I guess I never
Yeah.
really went into the boss positions. 'Cause the boss position will often mean like if the boss is generally you want the boss to be as close to the middle of the screen as possible.
So that the
That-
whole
that's-
bullet spread is on the screen.
Yeah, but like that's kind of the randomness with the scoring in this
Here
game.
he actually suicided in the
Yeah,
boss
he's
spell before it.
suicided because on this pattern, Flandre, that's the boss name, she creates a bunch of clones, and the clones, when killed, drop power items. So now he can collect a power item, get max power, and get a big, nice cancel right there.
Nice. Wow.
So that's the purpose of that suicide.
All
And
playing
now
out.
he has to play on his last life. The rest of
And
the
by
fight.
timing the suicide right there, he doesn't miss any point items because he will be ending every spell card with max power.
Yep.
There's no downtime.
Yeah, because you get quite a few point items. I guess I never explained that either. If you're not at max power, certain enemies will drop power items, whereas if you're at max power, those very enemies would drop point items. So that's kind of another way to think about, like, how should I die? Like, where should I die without losing anything?
How you want to set up your next
Yeah, because like if
Plan
you
of
die in a
moves.
bad place, you could lose valuable point items.
Sure.
This pattern is very difficult doing it the way he's doing it. This is really sick. He's gonna go to the top of the screen. I don't actually know exactly how this works. Maybe Cactu knows more about it than me. But
Alright,
it's-
so
yeah.
what he does is he misdirects the bubbles on top of Flandre, and the bubbles actually push the green bullets away. But because the bubbles are going above the screen, they are not actually pushing any of the green bullets. So they just keep stacking, and then he gets a really massive cancel.
Yeah, that's a huge cancel right there.
Oh, that's cool. So much optimization. You can definitely tell in this game.
He's gonna have max grace very soon.
This isn't the. He's gonna bomb the next one. So.
Yeah, not this one. The next one is more dense.
Next Grease hype. Soon.
He's almost at max
Oh, really?
grace. Kind of. So this pattern is quite graceable, but now he's at max.
Oh shit, Max Grease. Frenetic
So-
Grease the roof.
So I'm pretty sure he's not
no.
gonna kill it. That would, the spell card value would count down. So
That's cool.
You can actually do this at the bottom of the screen and end it faster. But
The white
he didn't want to
bullets.
do that. It's very precise.
Those white bullets were like milk chunks. that you could cancel for points. Anyway, Lunatic wasn't here to raise the roof. I'm sad.
No.
It's alright. He will raise it still. Ooh, Skittles. Taste the rainbow.
Yeah, this is
Nice
very
range bullets.
It's a waterfall.
I always like in these bullet hell games when the bullets all have different colors. It makes the patterns pretty.
Yeah, and I think they're easier to read.
Yeah, it's easier to read when they have different colors.
Mm.
So he started that bomb at the top of the screen because otherwise all of his bombs when used would kill off the pattern because this laser is just so massive. These are more bomb glitches.
Yeah.
Which they don't need to be timed very particularly because she's just constantly firing bullets.
Right.
Yeah, those were very easy to execute.
Yeah.
Just straightforward
Oh,
there. It's not hard to do the glitch.
No bombs.
Seems like it's just not hard to do the glitch.
The glitch
so.
is generally not very hard to do. There are a few places where it's harder because of the random boss movements, but
Yeah.
generally it's more just about learning it, and then it's not that hard.
You throw it. If you're learning, you throw it out there, and you see kind of what happens.
Like you don't see super players fail the bomb glitches except for those particularly difficult spots.
Right. It's overnight. Fuck. Sorry.
It is.
You better apologize for that one.
I already did.
Yeah, only Touhou-related memes are allowed here.
Being the lamer.
Here's another nice static pattern that he's memorized so that he can finish it quickly and nicely. And now he's timing for a nice big cancel right there. This is a survival spell card. That means that the boss can't be damaged. You have to just wait it out. Truth be told, it's kind of boring, but the extra stages always have these, and sometimes they're just kind of boring, and this is one of them.
Yeah, he has max grace, so he has nothing to do.
Yeah, he just has.
He can steal grace. They give 500 points.
Yeah, they give some
okay.
points still, but it's kind of not a big deal anymore.
It's not
Hey. That background, it's like Touhou Gaigus or something.
It's Flandre. It's a big portrait of Flandre. I guess she's really self-adjust or something.
Wait, did we miss the McDonald's thing? Or
That's the song.
oh, okay.
Yeah, the song has a McDonald's remix or something.
All right.
It's very stupid.
So there's not much to talk about here. He's just kind of timing down this kind of easy survival spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, when this spell ends, he's gonna rush to the top of the screen and damage the next spell.
Yeah, the next spell on the other hand is actually quite difficult, but it's only difficult right at the end of the spell duration because the more you damage the boss, the more the pattern will intensify, and it's really random. So I'm pretty sure that spell ends quite a few runs for score players at this stage because it can give you some pretty nasty patterns at the end. But it's not ridiculous hard, like Cave TLB hard or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, not even the main game Lunatic hard.
I mean, many of the main game Lunatic patterns are also harder. Yeah.
On the other hand, if you time this out,
If you time this out, it's impossible. That's impossible.
Whoa. Not
Because
impossible,
the time is still at 99.
but
Lunatic, are you back?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, man, the grace is 9,999. Raise the roof.
Raise the roof.
That's
All right, we get. It's
That's
over
final spell.
9,000.
Ah!
All right, we had to do it.
You better apologize again.
Not that time.
That's not Touhou related.
So
But-
guys, I'm gonna think about brewing a Touhou beer. So if you guys want to post in the comments
Holy
on what I
shit.
should name it, let me know.
You gonna put the female urine in it?
From my
true.
Teletubby, yes. Whatever
Sorry.
you guys want. Oh, big thanks to Zengeku for uploading these replays. It's really hard
Oh.
to get footage, so
No, yeah, seriously. Huge
thank you
thanks to
very
him.
much, man.
Yeah,
Really
he hooked us up with all that footage. That was great. I meant to actually put him in the title card that he helped us out, but yeah, big props to him.
We'll put them in the comments and whatnot. So
Sure. Yeah, that definitely helps out. So big props.
Just want to make an announcement before you end the episode. STG Weekly Live is going to be at Anime Expo, which is going to be in Los Angeles, California, the USA.
Dude, we still
And
have one more
if you,
replay.
yeah,
Just a small intermission.
if you guys want to work for STG Weekly Live, we can get you in for free, and we'll also be helping out at the Rock and Android booth, which also puts out Dojin games as well. They import them. So yeah, message us.
Yeah, definitely. If you're in the area, we'd love to. Yeah, you'd love to have them help out, eh?
Yeah.
Cool.
So all right, sorry guys, just wanted to interrupt before.
What's the date on that, real quick?
That's going to be July 4th weekend. So July 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th.
All right, sweet. Yeah, we can probably add on that at the end of the episode. All right, so we got one more replay. We're gonna check out Lunatic mode. Who's the player on this?
He's in the call.
Oh,
What?
It's our very own Cactu.
yay, it's Cactu.
Yay!
It is
He's
the
actually
second
one of the
highest,
best players in the world for this game.
just the second best for this category.
For this category, he's the second best, and he's got good, really good
Awesome.
runs in other categories too.
That is
The best in the
amazing.
West.
Best in the West.
best in
That's
the West.
amazing. Wow.
Awesome. All right, so what do we need to know about Lunatic, which is gonna change things up here?
It's
Bullets.
fucking hard. It's impossible.
It's
There's a
impossible.
lot more
It's
safe
impossible.
spots. There's a lot more safe spots on Lunatic.
Well, if I could put it this way, I've played Lunatic for hundreds of hours, and I can't do half of the things Cactu is doing in his run.
Dang.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. Cool. Should we just start the replay then, or?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
to say about the preface of this. How about you, Cactu? Do you have anything to say about the run, or?
Well, this is a run with Remu B, and it's a shot we haven't seen yet. And since it's a B shot type, I basically just bomb in a corner and get the second highest score in the world.
That's
Man, you're almost matching Gus in terms of awesomeness right now.
They are both full schmup for sure.
All right, we'll have to watch the bomb in the corner super play tactic.
yeah.
Um,
I guess one of the things for this game, it's very popular to play the Lunatic mode without bombing. That's what you normally see the super players do. They play Lunatic no bombs without scoring, which I mean, I guess that's kind of fun. But
the survival way they like to
yeah,
just play for
most
survival.
people like this game for survival and think it's very unapproachable for scoring, and I can kind of understand that because scoring on Lunatic in this game is insanely hard. It's just you have to devote your entire fucking life to it to get really good.
Is it because the spots like of the grazing and stuff is just smaller area?
The grazing is really hard. There's already a very high difficulty with the patterns on Lunatic. They're very random, unpredictable, and difficult to deal with.
And
No matter
far.
how good you are, you can't really be consistent. And it's just very grazing high level strats and stuff like that are very, very difficult.
Okay.
Also, even though this game has been out for well, it had been out for 10 years. That was when the first no miss no bomb clear of this game's Lunatic mode was made, so 2 years ago.
Wow.
And now there are 4 people who have done that, and I am one of them.
Wow. Damn. No. That's
It
that's pretty
takes years
amazing.
for anyone to get that kind of run. Since the release.
Cool. All right, we're just gonna wait a couple minutes as we get this replay started, because Chum's gonna be right back. See what the chat's up to. Lunatic, it's like walking through the rain without getting wet.
Fun fact.
See.
It was actually my friend who made
Lunatic
that
is like-
motivational poster. If you
That was a
trace it-
motivational poster.
Yes. If you trace back to the very first picture, you will find it's my friend who did it.
Oh,
Okay. We got some meme history.
I think Lunatic is like jumping into a swimming pool without getting wet.
Pretty much.
I see. Okay, I get the analogy now.
It's impossible.
Kawaii
True.
Girl says you have to do some really difficult stuff, and then in the 5th stage, you can lose tens of millions due to a bad boss movement. Is this true?
I
It's
lost
exaggerated.
20 million. I lost 20 million on stage 5 on one spell because
the
I got
end?
that boss
Uh,
movement.
20 mil. So what's the end score look like
For
in
this,
this?
it's 647 million.
Okay, that's quite a bit.
The world record is 698.
So I assume Lunatic scores higher than all the other modes.
Yes.
Okay.
More bullets and the point items also have a higher value.
Right.
Interestingly enough, Lunatic mode, Reimu B scores the highest, while on extra stage, Marissa B scores the highest. That's because on extra, most of your score comes from bombing those fairies for items, while on Lunatic, you mainly want to have a short bomb, so you can bomb items that are dense in bullets, and then you milk a lot of score from certain attacks.
Gotcha. So the character's tailored for the mode.
In the most profitable patterns. Whereas the other subtypes have longer and stronger bombs.
Yeah, Okina Flying Fantastica says formerly extra stage was the overall record. So then eventually
That's,
people
3
got
years
better at
ago.
Lunatic. 3 years ago. Okay, wow. Games sounds like it's came a long way in terms of scoring it over the
it
years.
did. Like back in the day, ISO had lots of world records in this game, and by today's standards, his runs are terrible.
Hmm.
It's like watching a completely different game.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're ready to get into this replay now since you're back.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do the countdown. And once again, this is Lunatic mode in Embodiment of Scarlet Devil, played by Cactu, who is joining us. And this is the second best score in the world. Is that right? Is that what you guys
Yeah.
said?
Yeah,
Awesome.
for this
So,
category.
On Lunatic, it is.
for the Lunatic category. So very awesome that we got a replay from one of our very own, you could say. Okay, countdown. 3, 2, 1, go.
So Looney starts basically the same as normal. You just collect every item that you can, but on Looney there are actually bullets on the screen, unlike normal.
Yeah,
Bullets come in the way.
Stage 1 on Lunatic has really difficult grazing strats, I think.
Yeah, that's true. The boss is quite difficult grazing.
You know, I had trouble with the mid boss too.
And a very precise cancel for the final spell.
Yeah. Also, it's very luck based. So here's a safe
Yeah.
spot
Yeah.
on the good
Yeah,
boss.
he has,
spell.
the thing is that these pellet bullets will hurt him, so he has to get out at the right time where they won't hit him. I have a lot of trouble with that. I always die there, so I don't do that.
That's like a kind of Psycho, almost like type of dodge you'd have to do. Where it's like the bullets are so fast and you gotta like pull back into it. I don't know. Kind of reminded me of that.
Yeah,
The
like
exact center is safe, but as soon as you move, which you have to do because the boss is gonna hit you.
yeah,
gonna be in
like
danger.
when as soon as you move, the bullets will hit you, unless you time it right.
Not too much going on yet.
Yeah, like in this game, the first 2 stages are kind of boring compared to the rest of the game. Stage 3, on Lunatic especially, stage 3 is where shit gets real.
Okay.
Stage 3 Lunatic is ridiculous when you're playing for a high score. It's insanely hard. Probably one of the hardest stages in the whole series, I would say.
Wow. Stage 2, the next
But,
one.
no, stage 3. But
Oh,
that's
3.
that's just if you're playing for a high score. If you're just kind of
That's
scoring around, it's not that bad.
The scoring tricks for stage 3 are really, really difficult.
Yeah, even the guy himself who says you just bomb that corner, even he agrees.
Yeah, the bombing in the corners is very precise.
The precise corner.
Yeah.
And like in this game, the patterns are very random, but that's just another thing that gets more true the further you get into it. Like in the stage 1 boss, like this pattern is just aimed, so it's like really easy to dodge. Although a bit harder if you want to grace it, right? But like when you get to stage 4, 5, and 6, the boss patterns just get out of control with their huge difficulty and randomness.
All right, sweet. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, like the patterns get really crazy. And as I've mentioned, you have to spend all your resources a certain way. So like any intentional bombs or deaths will hurt your score a lot.
Mm.
Very crazy is a few ways of these small things, and then try to cancel it when the
Yeah, he wants to time the cancel now, so
Right.
so that most of these blue bullets are on screen, which can be very difficult.
and he got it acceptably, not
He
perfect.
he got some of the bullets went off screen, but
It looked
mean-
pretty good. Yeah, I see.
I mean that probably cost him like $1 million or something.
I think it cost me 2 million.
Yeah, 2 million. Here he bombed to get the point and power items.
Yeah, you want to power up as fast as you can in this game to max power so that you can start auto collecting the items.
Yeah,
Mm.
there's gonna be a lot of items in the second half of this
Yeah,
stage.
like after the mid boss.
Okay.
The mid boss also has a stupidly hard grace that no one does except
Yeah, it's possible to do.
he's the only one who does it. You don't even get that much for doing it, but he does it.
Yeah, you can spin around these things.
Yeah, this pattern you can spin around it, but it's like
Wow.
nearly impossible.
Yeah, only the world record does it currently.
Damn.
And this race is just a freebie.
Hungry for that.
Free.
Hungry for those points if you're going for that.
Yeah, because it's not even that big. It's only a couple of extra million.
Oh, you're killing like birds.
Yeah, these
Whoa.
birds.
Or birds.
doves.
Those doves.
And then there's the tissues.
What do you have against doves?
Yugawa would be sad right now. They only are in the background in his games, but here you can actually kill them.
Oh, and then these like white feather
Fro-
chunks.
Yeah, the theory is that they are frozen tissues.
Frozen tissues from like
Yeah.
so much jerking it to so
I
much
don't
toe
know.
and thigh.
Don't.
That's the idea.
This is like Gus. This is like the remainder of Gus's like room or something.
Yeah, and then right there at the end, he does like the same grapes.
Sorry, Gus.
In the extra stage.
We love you. We joke
Except
around
that-
because we love you.
Easier this time.
Because we want you back.
Yeah, we make
You-
fun of you because we admire you.
He said
Yeah.
toe and tie, not us. So.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Curious here, not the
This-
strongest character in the game.
this run sponsored by Touhou and tie. Gotta get that in.
So if you pay attention to the normal run, well, I mean, it's easy to forget stuff, but you can see that this pattern is not just like a harder version of the normal mode pattern here. It's a different pattern altogether.
Yeah, I don't remember something like
Yeah,
this.
yeah, but like if you would watch the runs like next to each other or whatever, you could see that most of the patterns are completely different.
It's like-
mainly the
like-
spell cards, not so much the non-spell cards.
I see. It was like it's like a sesame seed pattern right there. Like
The pattern
seed.
actually gets denser as time goes on, so that's
you-
why you want to time it out. You lose spell bonus, but because it's denser, there's like more bullets on screen, and the cancel is much bigger.
And you
Yeah,
also
that's
get
true for a
slightly
lot
more
of
grace.
patterns in the game. If you wait them out, they will get denser and you can get a bigger cancel
Yeah,
But-
one,
at the cost of the spell card bonus. So it's not necessarily going to be worth it, but
it's almost always worth it on Lunatic.
yeah, but like on normal, it's like
Yeah,
not.
normally it's a balance thing. You actually have to think about it.
A lot of tiny movements in the Lunatic.
Yeah, here
Yeah.
everything is aimed at you or
Yeah.
away from you, so you have to
Yeah.
move just slightly. So everything will end up.
Later in the game, there's going to be less aimed stuff in boss fights, and more.
This is actually aimed around you, so you have to stay still.
But one thing that's kind of nice about scoring runs is that you actually do get to use bombs on some of the harder patterns in the game for score. So that unlike in a Lunatic no bomb run, you don't have to dodge. But that's just for a couple of.
So my goal score entering stage 3 is 60 million, so I was like really close to getting it.
Cool.
Yeah, and
Next.
stage 3 is the highest scoring stage in the game.
Sweet.
And next
So-
up is a super precise super quest.
Yeah, this is a pixel precise.
Wow, that's a lot of
Can't
grades.
even see that character.
And that's very hard. It took me a lot of grinding to even do it at one time, and even more grinding to get to do it like more than 1/10 of the time.
I always vomit and lose a bit.
Yeah, like one thing that's nice is that you can kind of bomb right before the really difficult precise tap, and still get a lot of grades.
Yeah, you get
So-
most of it.
Yeah, so you can use a bomb there if you're not aiming for like a world record or something.
Here I'm timing the bombs so that I can kill the fairies and just graze all of those blue
All of
Luna.
those aimed kunai bullets. Yeah.
If you didn't bomb, would you have been left in a situation where you were gonna like die, or?
No, he wouldn't die, but he wouldn't
But
be
he
able
got
to
graze.
graze at the top of the screen like that, which is worth more graze.
Oh, it's just a setup to be up there.
Yeah,
Then-
he bombs so that he can go to the top and graze all the kunai bullets. Because doing that at the bottom would be worse.
I would have lost all the items on the bottom too.
Yeah, and here he was point blank grazing that, which is quite risky.
Hmm.
This is another easy pattern, really easy. I guess this is the last easy static spell card in the game. No, there's one more, but we bombed it for score. Never mind.
All right, so at 79 mil so far.
Yeah, here he's doing some grazing.
Yeah, his
That's-
score is gonna skyrocket once the boss fight
Okay.
starts going.
Yeah, quite a bit of graze
The
saved
he's
up.
doing here are quite hard, I suppose, especially this one because of those white random bullets that can be in your way.
Yeah. Oh wow.
And
I
here
also
he's
EoSD
actually
items.
collecting these items, which is insanely hard to do, in my opinion. Because the one thing that's interesting in this game is that some of the enemies, even though they fire aim bullets or something, they will fire them at very irregular rates, like randomly. They will randomly choose when they fire them, so you cannot memorize a way to deal with that section, for instance.
His race is sick.
In the end, even though the bullets are aimed, it will end up being random because of, well, first of all, only one of the bullets is aimed at you, the other bullet is aimed somewhere else.
Okay.
And second of all, because they
I don't-
fire random all the time.
Some random
This
pattern.
safe spot is crazy.
Yeah, this safe spot is like the hardest thing in any Touhou game.
So you can't see your character, but you're doing a movement, right?
He's not moving while he's inside it, but
Huh.
it's very, very precise, and yeah, you have
You
to
have
move
to
up.
leave it.
You have to, yeah, you have to. You can also, yeah, you can't leave it unless, I mean, you have to leave it if she's not at the top of the screen, because otherwise she will ram you. And you have to move up through the pattern to get into it in the first place, and the pattern itself is a bit random, so that's something you have to do very quickly.
Just gonna graze for one wave and then start bombing for score.
Yeah, he was bombing and suiciding for score there, now he's bombing for more
He
score.
suffers so much at this graze.
Suicide.
Yeah, he has so
bomb.
much grace, so he's getting a lot of score from using
Yeah,
this bomb. which
already
is-
I
about
think
50
10
mil
million
plus.
each.
150.
Yeah, 10 million each.
Cool. This is it. This is bomb in the corner tactics.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what. There's gonna be more of that in the next non-spell.
Sweet. Well, it really shows off that glitch.
Yeah,
So
Right, this game has a rank system. Generally, lower rank means pattern will be denser, meaning bigger cancel. So this is one example of that.
Oh, okay.
By dying so much,
much lower.
the rank will be lowered, and this pattern will give him a much bigger cancel.
Wow. That's getting pretty deep at that point.
Yeah, and here he's getting nice power-up cancel. That's like another 10 million. And
That's
more
important.
bomb glitches. Rainbow Bee's bomb is really easy to use for the bomb glitches.
Yeah, it just like this is like out and then collect.
He's timing right before she fires the blue kunais,
Yeah.
and then the red kunais will count towards the glitch.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And because he suicided on this pattern, he has less than full power. So after this spell card is going to end, he's in for Yet another full power cancel.
Yeah, that's
actually a
power of
strategy.
using-
That's actually a strategy that I came up with that gives more score than the world record.
Yeah, it is an improvement.
the power of using so many resources in one stage is you get even more grace, meaning even more worth from the cancels and the bond pitches and whatnot.
Dang. Okay, I wasn't watching the score much, but now at 250. Damn.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
big, about 100 mil increase in the past.
He
Yeah,
waited
he's
until the last
almost
moment.
half of his total score. already.
So I just time out the last spell card here to get the bigger cancel.
Yeah, I
Yes,
think
of
it's at like 10 seconds remaining. It's at its biggest.
Yeah.
If you don't do any scoring, you will have around 60 million.
So his score right now is really, really, really high. Even for his standards, I think this is really high.
Sweet.
World record is at 308 million, so
Stage 4 is it's very easy to underestimate this stage, but it's a very hard stage for scoring. You don't use any resources in this stage. Ideally, you want to normally snowbomb it and just graze the crap out of everything and collect many items.
and it has a terrible path coming up.
Yeah, like what he's doing right now, like all of this
Ah.
stuff in this stage is kind of really hard to just grasp how hard it is. By just watching it, I think.
Yeah, getting those items is so scary because then you have to.
This is one of the parts of the game where you have to, without using resources, juggle how you collect the items with how you graze. So he has to be in a certain position after having collected items so that he can
Yeah,
graze
those
what's
tools of
coming up
death.
and stuff. And if he's even
Hardest part in the game.
if he's even 1/2 of a second too late, he won't be able to graze the bullets. And yes, this is the hardest pattern, if you can even call it that in the game. It's just
Wow,
a mass of random passed bullets that will make your life a misery.
that looks tricky.
Yeah, it's ridiculously hard. It's harder than it's one of the hardest things I've ever seen in a video game, to be honest.
Wow, that pattern.
Yeah, it's like KPLB.
Yeah,
Well,
It
pretty
looked
much
like you knew what you was
TLB.
doing though, so that's good.
It's completely luck based though, so it's just
Yeah, he got really favorable RNG on that.
Oh, okay. Because it looked like you were manipulating it very slightly.
It's
You
just
wasn't,
screaming.
Oh.
It was like,
No, it's just random bullshit.
sometimes it's so chaotic that
Those type of graces are always
But it
fun
can
to see.
Yeah,
I
here's
always like these
doing
type
some
of
nice
graces.
aggressive racing. I've never been able to do it, but apparently
Wow,
it's not that bad once you've learned it.
damn, that's really cool.
It's just very specific in how you want to approach it.
here's another safe spot.
oh, this is so cool.
This is incredibly difficult, yeah.
Yeah, these
That
are actually
saves-
cancelling fairies. The only enemies in the game that are not bosses, but they give bullet cancels anyway when you kill them. Those spinning kinda
So
shooting
that
fairies.
safe spot, I believe, has 3 safe pixels in it. And while you're in the safe spot, you have to move up and down to avoid the green bullets being aimed at you, which will kill you. You will be killed if you move up and down too much.
Also,
But
you
have
need
to
to
move up and
time
down
your shot.
enough. Yeah, and you have to time your shot so that you do it right. It's everything about it is just a nightmare.
If you time your shot too early, you're gonna die. If you time your shot too late, you're gonna die.
Yeah, and if you move up or down, you're gonna die. No matter what you do, you're gonna die.
Wow.
That's my experience with that safe spot.
Damn.
After like 50 attempts or something, I've like gotten it without dying like once.
Mm.
Actually, all about grazing and
Yeah,
bullet cancelling
her non
and my bullet
spells.
count.
Yeah, her non spells are very nice for super grazing. Just be very close and just try to graze all the bullets. And the spell cards is when she uses the spell cards, this is where the difficulties of the patterns is going to be racked up. They're gonna start getting really random, hard to predict, very hard to deal with. Like you can't be consistent at this stuff. When she starts using the spell cards, and it's just gonna get harder from here. Like Patchouli is easier than Sakuya, who is easier than Remilia, the last boss. Like this pattern, if you get good RNG, it's kind of easy, but if you get bad RNG, it's fucking ridiculous.
He actually had to make a pretty hard dodge right there.
Yeah, because you gotta remember, like these bubbles, they have big square hitboxes.
Yeah.
They are quite crazy. So
Actually,
you
could
got-
have timed out that spell card
You
for
can
Grace,
time
but
out Grace, yeah.
because I had a no miss no bomb stage 4 going on with a really good stage 3 score, so I didn't want to risk the run because it was like my best run ever so far.
Oh.
Yeah, it's still profitable to milk almost everything here, but it's a very high risk.
It's by a very tiny,
low
like
reward.
it'll give a very tiny increase to your score to milk that card, so
Yeah,
it's very
compared to
risky
the
and not
difficulty.
worth much.
Even this is worth milking, but
And here's another just random bullets everywhere spell,
not very hard.
coming from all the directions, but it's over pretty fast, and by being aggressive,
Just water,
it's
water
easier.
health.
Yeah, Cactu thinks this is really hard. I don't have that much trouble with. Like it might look like you can deal with this in a certain way, but you can't really because no matter like Patchouli will move around randomly and then it will affect the pattern, so it's effectively random.
Right.
After this pretty easy spell is like one of the hardest spells in the game as well.
And this spell
Yeah.
isn't bad, but
It's gonna have bubbles.
You have to cancel the spell at a certain wave for bigger
Yeah, the
cancel.
difference between randomly just ending it and waiting for the perfect time is very big.
Nice.
Yeah, so this spell is very hard. There's gonna be bubbles everywhere, and if you get bad RNG, it's fucking ridiculous. And as you
Wow.
mentioned, hitboxes for these bubbles are quite nasty.
This pattern looks stupid.
On normal defense game, straight down.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Here they are.
She just spawns the bubbles in random places, and they just kind of. You can get a big
For
clump
our
of them.
viewers at home, what's RNG mean? That acronym that you use?
Random number generator.
Ah, I see.
Random.
So
In
that's
other words, luck.
Mm.
So stage 5 is another quite high scoring stage. Not quite as high as stage 3, but it's the stage where you want to use all your other.
That was a suicide.
Yeah. And not a very good one. You seem to have some trouble hitting the bullet.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty hard suicide to hit because there's
Yeah,
only one
sometimes it
bullet
can
that you're supposed to
Oh.
hit, and it's a very tiny bullet.
So these are very precisely used bombs he's doing here to get the most grace and items. And
He wants to get on top of the fairies.
there's
every
another
time.
suicide. So that he can sit on top of this fairy for more grace. So this grace, this is another like safe grace, but it's very
It's
unsafe.
good to optimize.
This
not
yeah,
safe.
this thing is incredibly hard to optimize because you don't know where Sakia is gonna move. There's no you can kind of try to predict based on where she is, but it's effectively random. And if she moves up, she will move into you if you don't
He
react
will
correctly.
headbutt your ass.
yeah. You can collide with her, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the thing is that to get the most grace here, you have to risk colliding with her.
I see. Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Because she fires the last wave of kunai bullets at the same time as she's moving, and you can graze those kunai bullets kind of when they're being spawned, but without colliding with her, which is very hard.
I think it just speed kills this spell right here.
Yeah, I spirit kill this to get as many items on the section afterward. Here I just kill the fairies at the top of the screen and then use a bomb.
These fairies for
Here
items.
comes a multi-purpose bomb.
Yeah.
It gets 4 bats that the fairies fire, and it does damage, so you get a few more point items.
Yeah. This is a very, very difficult attack, very fast and random, but he gets to just bomb it for score.
Yeah, in scoring play, it is not threatening.
This is one of the hardest in the game, in my opinion, to just dodge. But he doesn't
Those
really need to
bullets.
dodge because most of the bullets are being cancelled. Only a few leftover bullets
Yeah,
are remaining.
this is a suicide.
Yeah,
Or
suicide,
bomb,
so that he can.
restocking, and grace.
Yeah, he graces these knives from suiciding.
Basically, you just bomb in the opposite corner that the boss is in. And that way you get the boost score.
Randomness.
Okay.
Although some people think this is easy, I think it can be incredibly hard if you get unlucky. You can
Here, all
raise
the
these
knives.
knives because the knives are
Yeah.
aimed at you, but the bubbles are random.
They were all meet at the same place.
Yeah. The bubbles can be if Sakya is near the bottom of the screen when she's firing the bubbles, and she just happens to fire very fast bubbles all clumped up, you'll just die.
I could see this pattern, yeah, getting you for sure.
This pattern would be hard if he didn't have a full power cancel available.
Yeah, this is another very difficult one. The bullets bounce around randomly all across the screen, but he just cancels all of them with that
And
power
then speed kill it before it
before it gets hard.
gets
Yeah.
any hard.
Good.
Here's one of the easiest spell cards.
Yeah,
Just
this late in the
misdirect.
game, I guess this is the easiest one.
Yeah, you get to
You can-
misdirect a
You
bunch
can
of
kind of
things.
misdirect it. It's random, but you can kind of misdirect it. It's a bit weird.
You want high
Because like
bullet cancel top.
yeah, big bullet cancel here. That looks
Nice.
like a nice cancel. I'm not sure how high that's supposed to be, but it looks nice to me.
That looked good. It looked like the whole screen.
That was pretty high.
And
Here
her
comes my biggest.
last card is one of the hardest, but
Yes.
bombs it for score.
I make my biggest mistake of the run here.
Oh
This
yeah,
one-
I remember this.
This is one of the examples of hard bomb glitch, because you will lose a lot of score here when you do the bomb glitch,
It's
depending
not
on
even
the...
mechanically hard, it's actually luck based kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Oh.
like-
The
Are you just
timing's
hoping
perfect
she's
time.
in a good spot when she moves, or?
I want her to be as far as from me as possible. just
Right.
In the opposite side
Oh,
of the.
he's running out of time.
Oh, okay.
And he had to bomb it because he would have died.
So
otherwise.
he lost the cancel from that, from you, and lost a scoring bomb as well. So that's a big loss for
Yeah,
him.
that was
Oh.
If
very
I would have to make a
significant.
guesstimate, that's probably about 20 million.
Yeah, 20 million. I lost one of the
That's
biggest
very big.
cancels
So you
in
can
the
see
game.
like kind of how small mistakes in this game just end up being
now he
huge.
has to do this part without bombing, which means he has to collect these
Yeah, he
items.
has no resources
at
left,
low
no
value.
lives, no bombs, and this is one of the hardest stages in the series. But yeah, when you're doing a scoring run of this game, you have to enter this stage on your last life. And normally you would want to have like 1 or 2 bombs. He has 0 now because of that mistake.
He has to collect the items just by manually shooting the fairies. Which makes it impossible to kill all of them.
So here he's setting up for a nice like back grace at the start of this before she goes batshit insane with random walls everywhere.
Ooh.
And here's the safe spot that in the last replay he didn't manage to do without bombing, but Cactu is such a super player that he can do it.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard, but it's not like there's a couple of pixels in there. You can get in there.
I actually recently found out that the left side of the safe spot gives more grays than the right side, and the world record doesn't even do that. That was kind of unexpected.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. So here's one of the hardest bosses in the series, and you get 1 bomb for her, which anyone would use for survival and not score, because she's just so goddamn hard.
That pattern looked tough.
Yeah, one single bomb is not
Yeah,
even.
this pattern is kind of easy
Oh.
compared to the rest. It's a bit more predictable. Like you can read the bubbles in advance and just go in the spaces where there are not going to be a bubble.
Looks like a fun pattern.
It's pretty fun. Yeah, like you hate dying to this because it's one of the easiest.
But the square hitboxes again.
Yeah, yeah, because you don't want to be in a space where the bubbles are. This, on the other hand,
Oh,
would be very difficult
that was close.
because the
The lasers
hitbox.
will,
The
and the
hitbox.
lasers will trap you.
Yeah.
Are you like nervous right now during the run, or are you just like whatever?
I was very nervous when I was entering stage 5. I believe I was in Skype with Chumlum and Minogami, and I just muted the Skype and I went like to take a walk outside for like half an hour before I continue.
Oh, you paused the game.
Yeah, I just like couldn't even feel my fingers at that point because of the adrenaline.
Yeah, because
No,
you have to understand, like, he has to play for so long to get that run this good.
Yes,
So
yeah.
hard.
Sometimes you do gotta pause the game if you're like, you know, if it works, if you can. You know, I guess I mean comparing it to like an arcade game, if you could.
Yeah, you can't
it
pause in
to-
arcade games, but this game does.
So like, yeah, you should take that advantage because it's like the replays prove the.
So that pattern is not too tough, but from now on, after this knife non spell, all of her remaining spell cards are going to be very dangerous. Although only the last two are always going to be very dangerous. The next one can be easy if you get lucky, but it forms walls. So I don't know if Cactu gets any walls in this run.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. All right, yeah, he kind of anticlimactic how he milks this knife
Now
non
this
spell.
is very easy.
Yeah,
Well, this can be very difficult.
Yeah, if you spin around the
if
middle,
you spin around, yeah. These knives aren't aimed or anything, but no, you react to these.
you can spin around the middle for a whole bunch
Okay,
of
so
sprays.
let's see. This spell card is called Vampire Illusion. It likes forming walls, so let's see if he has to get.
Vampire walls.
No, it looks like all the walls are going to the left side and not the bottom. Yeah, he got easy RNG.
You got very lucky here.
Yeah.
Why are people talking about ogres in the chat? And Shrek, what Shrek? Where did this come from? Holy crap, that pattern!
It's just aimed. It's easy.
But
You just tap.
yeah,
And you can do this blindfolded.
okay, never mind
Next one is super hard, but he bombs it.
I bombed
Yeah,
it for
yes,
survival.
Yeah, you save the bomb you get from the mid boss on this stage specifically for the next pattern because it's so brutal.
then. One bomb.
I mean, if you really wanted to, you could use the bomb for score here and gain like 1 million. But
Actually, the best way to score with it would be to use it on the knife non-spell.
oh
Raise.
yeah, but like no sane person would do that.
Yeah, of course it's insane.
Yeah, he times the bomb specifically so that he's invulnerable during the last period of that wave, so that he can speed kill the next wave before he has to dodge anything.
Nice, nice.
And here's the last spell card in the game. I would say this is the hardest spell card overall, but
So long.
it depends on the RNG. Like if you get good RNG, it's really not that bad. All these randoms, all these bullets are random. They all go in random directions.
Okay.
And at certain waves, she will send all the bullets in the same direction, and if that direction happens to be the bottom of the screen, you get a big wall that is hard to dodge because it's a big wall.
Have you practiced this pattern on your stream before, Chum? I feel like I've seen this before.
That's
Anyway.
nice. He got quite
Anyway,
lucky.
good job.
Man, Actor, you get such good luck in this run.
Yeah, it worked out.
Yeah.
I also stopped shooting there to get the bigger
Yeah.
castle.
A bigger cancel because there's certain waves that just have more bullets in them.
Dude, very nice run. Congrats on
Yeah, it's
getting that.
crazy run.
So you still pressing playing this game, Cactu?
Yeah, I'll try to get the world record on Lunatic, normal, and probably hard and easy too.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's pretty close on normal, but he mainly played Lunatic, which
Oh.
Cool.
he played a lot.
That was a great run. Definitely.
Fantastic.
I mean, how many hours do you think you have on Lunatic? Like over 1,000?
Like 1,500 hours.
Yo, damn. Esports.
It's basically
Oh, that's amazing. That's cool that you're still sticking with it, because yeah, sometimes it's like when you play a game for so long, you can get burnt out, especially
Yeah.
Trying to go for high
this
scores.
game is
and-
easy to get
Ugh.
burnt out on because the difficulty increase from stage 2 to 3 is just so steep. Like stage 2 is really not that bad when you're playing for score, but stage 3 is just so ridiculous that all your runs are going to end there, all of them. You'll never get past stage 3.
Man,
So that can really burn you out.
man.
So once you do get past stage 3, it's like you're gonna be so nervous at stage 4 because it's like, holy shit, stage 4, new stage. If I die here, I have to like redo 1 million runs.
You gotta clear it first before you score. In this case, once again, right?
Yeah, definitely. This game isn't that hard to clear because you get so many resources that even though the patterns on Lunatic get very difficult, you can bomb them, and clear. because you get quite a few lives, and the bombs are pretty powerful, and big chunk of the game is also quite memorizable. So you can like learn the memorizable stuff, bomb the difficult stuff, and clear.
I think this game does have less memorization than any other game from Touhou series, though.
Really?
Yeah, you know, apart from the Phantasmagoria games and in my opinion, Great Fairy Wars, but you know, I guess you wouldn't count that.
Does that make it better in your guys' eyes?
I mean, it's really fun. I mean, one of the big draws of Embodiment of Scarlet Devil is that the bosses are gonna be hard no matter how much you practice them. It's not like most arcade games where you can, you know, practice and learn the bosses and then kind of breeze through them.
That's
In this
because
game,
of the random element.
yeah,
It's so-
the
it's so
random elements
prevalent.
are so severe that you can't learn the bosses apart from, you know, some patterns.
Does it make the game feel more alive in
Yeah,
that
it's,
respect?
yeah, kind of like I think that's why it's so popular with the Touhou Superplayers to play Lunatic no bomb, because you know they go through the game and just dodge without thinking about scoring.
There's so many different things on scoring too. I learn like new things every day when I play for score, and the score is very like unoptimized in a way because the world record is nearly 700, but the theoretical high score is 1.3 billion. So
Oh man.
Yeah, that's
world
the
record
TES
is-
score.
yes, the theoretical TS score, but the score and routes and the like performance you do is like you can improve on anything. So it's like it's a very like rewarding game because you can do stuff that suits your skill level and you can always improve on things.
Yeah, basically the skill ceiling is super high in this game.
So I imagine when you're practicing it, you're like, oh, you do this part for so long, and it's like, oh, you nail it down, and then you go to another section where you're not getting, you know, your point gains are pretty smaller. You go there, and then
Yeah,
practice
it's
that.
like, you can always get more grays. That's the big thing, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, the thing is just
Yeah.
really small amount of grays, like 50 grays, is a very big amount of score in this game. And you can get that 50 grays from like anything.
Racing is generally a pretty fun mechanic in shmups, so it's cool to see that the Touhou series does embrace it a lot of the time. Because
Yeah,
you know,
there's
it can be kind of uncommon in you know, the general universe of shmups.
Yeah, you
Great.
have to get close to the bullets. It's maybe unintuitive for players of other games.
Like, you know, like Raiden Fighter's Jet, for example. I think at the very high level of scoring, you end up doing grazing, but like that adds so much tension to the run, and it's like that's why grazing is cool, is because
You know,
you get close to the
like,
bullets.
feels like you know, these games are made for constantly thinking about how to optimize your grades, and in many cases you have to perform very flashy, difficult to perform stunts to get big grades. These tricks are usually referred to as super grazes, where you go up close to bullet spawns and stuff like that, and just, you know, perform an elaborate movements that you spent lots of time practicing to get the most grades.
Yeah, this is something I was wondering. I'll go
You're
ahead.
risking lives, you know, like you're always risking your life when you're racing stuff. That's the thing. Like when you practice them and when you do runs with these graces, you'll always die trying to get more grades. You have to just get used to that.
You
You'll
gotta be
die.
consistent.
You'll die risking your life all the time.
Wow.
So this is something I was actually wondering in general. Like, so as far as like some of the super grazes go, the safe spots can be, you know, 3 pixels or 4 pixels or whatever wide. But I was wondering what the resolution of Touhou games is usually like when to put, you know, going into a spot that's, you know, 4 pixels, like a 4 pixel square. Like, how hard is that when it comes to the
That is
resolution
very
of
hard.
Touhou?
If you don't have time to set up for it, like
Definitely
in
their
many
PC
cases you
games,
have no
mate.
time. Like if you get like the boss dialogue window for time, then it's not hard because then you can just kind of look. But
Yeah.
in many cases you have to get into these spots quickly, and then it gets incredibly difficult. You'll die a lot.
That's tricky. So do you just have to grind like that one timing of the movement like a lot, or is just, man, I imagine it's kind of hard to get these safe spots down.
Yeah, I mean, the really hard one is that one on stage 4 where you have to move very particularly inside it. and start shooting very particularly. All the other ones, you can just kind of learn exactly where the spot is and just go for it. It's hard. You will fail it. You will fail them from time to time, but you can just kind of go for it.
Right.
Unless it's mailings.
Yeah, the thing is that, I mean, if you happen to die unintentionally, that costs a lot of score.
Well,
So
it doesn't cost that much on this game.
well, I mean, it will cost more than you will have gained on going for the grades you die on. So
Yeah.
unless you're consistent, don't go for the safe slots. That's all I have to say. Like the mailing opener, for instance. Unless you're consistent at that, there's no reason to go for it whatsoever, because if you die, you just lose score.
Right.
All right. Well, all right. Sounds like we covered most everything. What would you guys say to new players of the game? Like, just kind of try to play for survival.
I would say to play not exactly play for survival, but don't spend your lives. Try to use. I mean, it's fun to use the bombs for score. That's all I'll say. When I started playing this game, I thought about score right away, but I didn't spend my lives until I got better. But I did spend my bombs for score.
Okay. So, yeah.
I mean,
The suicide
yeah,
trick.
like approach it like you would approach like a Rising game, except don't suicide to lower the rank or anything, and graze bullets.
I think
And don't
everyone
avoid
should
that.
play
Don't
this
that.
game.
Don't avoid them.
You say everyone should play it.
Yeah, everyone should play
Yeah,
this game.
I think this game is absolutely stunning.
It's a
Personally,
masterpiece.
it's because the bosses are timeless because they will always give you different patterns, and the score play is really deep, really hard, and the skill ceiling is crazy.
Right.
I would say this is one of the shooting games that is a must play.
Nice.
Also, the survival is, I think, one of the most fun from like any Touhou game.
Yeah, definitely. The only drawback is just that the first two stages are kind of easy, but then it gets really fun.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a lot of games have that problem. Like the early game is kind of easy.
Of course. Okay. Well, I suppose we're looking to wrap up the episode now. I think we covered about everything. Yeah, I think we got a good idea of kind of how the game's played, a couple of tricks that just constantly happen, the bomb glitch, and grazing after a suicide.
The game has
those are key advanced scoring techniques that we have covered. Plus the different modes. Seems like there's a lot of replay value in the game. Definitely worth checking out.
Mm-hmm.
All of the shot types are also different, so they play for score very differently.
Yeah, kind of like the Rising games there too. Like the bombs are completely different, the shots are completely different. You'll just use them completely differently. But if I can mention one more thing that's not about the gameplay, we never talked about the story, so I would encourage people to.
It's been translated, right?
Yeah, like I think the storyline in this game and the dialogues are priceless. So I would encourage people to read those.
I thought it was just little girls shooting lasers at each other and drinking.
And that's
Well, that's the
priceless.
point.
The dialogues are really funny.
Yeah, some of the Touhou dialogue is pretty funny, isn't it? I remember playing a couple of translations.
Yeah, like
They're just silly.
It depends from game to game.
Yeah.
I think this one might be my favorite dialogue-wise. Maybe it's hard to say.
Also, this game has great music.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like it. I think it's because not so much because they don't like the compositions. They just don't like the arrangements of the songs because of the instruments being used and stuff. But I really like it. I love this soundtrack. It's kind of tinny, I guess. It sounds kind of thin, but it's very layered, very densely composed music in this game. You can tell a lot of work went into the music.
I'm on the TouhouWiki.net, and there's this line about the concept of the game that maybe you guys could comment on. It says, Zun's general goal when creating Embodiment of Scarlet Devil was to remove the systems appearing in newer shmups. which he thought overly complicated the games and to let the player have fun simply dodging bullets.
Yeah, that's what that's exactly what you think the game is, and when you go deep into it, it's like
yeah, isn't this
exact opposites.
Well, that's for
It's just
scoring.
funny how this game works. On the surface, it's so simple, and in reality, it isn't. That's why it's a masterpiece.
And for survival, it is very simple.
Yeah, for survival, it's really simple. Like you barely have to memorize anything, just dodge the bullets.
So when you say when it's like the bomb glitch, you know, do you think that was intended,
No.
or
That's
it was
not
not intended?
But it ended up being a nice addition to the game, I think.
But it ended up working out. Isn't it like weird how some games end up like that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the same
it's
thing
like-
happens in the Quake series with the movement. It's
Yeah.
a glitch in the engine, which ultimately makes it more fun.
Yeah, it's funny how glitches can end up being, you know, like a
Yeah.
skillful part of the game, a game, like
He
in a
didn't
speedrun or
patch it.
something.
So if
No.
he didn't patch it, if Zune didn't patch it, then it means it's canon or something?
Oh yeah,
He never patches his game,
Oh.
even if they have bugs.
He only patched them if they have critical bugs.
Yes,
Yeah,
some
if
of the
the whole
games
game
have,
crashes, then he might.
some of the games have pretty game-changing bugs in them that should have been patched but weren't. Like Mountain of Faith has a shot type that does like 10 times damage when you're at a certain power level, so you can clear the game effortlessly if you just stay at that power level with that shot type. Never patched. He's kind of, I don't know why he doesn't patch stuff like that, but
yeah. Also, yeah. So Zune is a father now, apparently. So
Yeah,
Alright,
I mentioned
so-
that.
Congratulations, Zune.
congratulations to Zoom.
Yeah.
Was it a boy or a girl?
A boy.
Can't dress up a would-be daughter as a Touhou character then.
Can't.
Well, that doesn't stop crossplay.
Oh yeah, he'll
Come
do it
on.
anyway. He'll have a new game with a boy character that looks like
no.
a girl.
That would be kind of mean.
and name him the name of his son. God damn it, Dad! Fucking drunk. Whatever.
Yeah, Zuni's always drunk when he makes these games.
Whenever he makes a mistake, we just say he wasn't drunk enough.
He wasn't drunk enough. That's great.
Cool. All right, well, I think that's gonna do it for the episode. Yeah, really awesome to have all of you on. Cactu, yeah, of course, it was an honor to have your awesome score and have you on to talk about it. It's always cool when you have a really good player come on and talk about the replay. It's pretty awesome that we get to have that on the show. And
Yeah,
yeah, you guys did a pretty good job of explaining the game. I get it. Hopefully, the audience gets it, and I think we can generate some interest on this game. So. Definitely, it sounds like it's definitely got lasting appeal with the random element, which seems to be one of its most appealing factors as far as lasting. How it lasts, which is really cool because I kind of like games like Eschatos, like those games for their random element because every time you play, it's not the same. Definitely a very cool, definitely a great thing to have in a shmup, and
Yeah,
when you
it's
play
great.
it when you can play it as long as past 20 hours, 50 hours, 100, and becomes 200, 300, it depends on how much you like the game, but when you can see that you can just keep on improving, that's a sign of a really great, pretty much a perfect game if you can play it that long, because the goal of the game is to have people play them. So yeah, it's awesome. All right, cool. If there's any final words, you can get those in now. Otherwise, we can probably wrap this up. It's probably approaching 2 hours. And really glad to get another show episode in.
Yeah, I would say it's great, except Bat Rider.
What do you mean?
Bat Rider is random in a bad way.
Well. Bashy 2 will never get any better than it is.
Bat Rider is still awesome. I just wanted to hate on it a bit.
Like, they should patch Bashy 2.
Just patch Bashy too. That would be nice improvement.
Just so that you can actually survive it consistently.
Yeah, no, but I agree with what you said. Like the random elements is even in a game like Bat Rider, I don't actually mind it that much. But in most cases, I think it improves the game.
Yeah. especially when it's like it makes the random patterns like are.
Yeah, because like you're never gonna get like the same pattern. That's really cool.
When they're designed in such a way that like you can, in theory, consistently dodge them. So.
Yeah, that like I don't mind that either. Like kind of like the Psycho type patterns. I like those too, but I think I just like it more when the patterns are really random.
Yeah, it's a great appeal. All right, cool. Well, thanks everyone for watching. I know we had a lot of viewers today, so I think everyone liked to see some Touhou on STG Weekly again. So that's cool. Anything else to mention, Frenetic?
Just play this game.
Yeah, play Touhou, guys.
Yeah.
If you're an arcade collector, sell a PCB and get a PC and play this game.
This game is very cheap. You can order it for like $20 or something. A lot cheaper than your stupid PCBs. PCBs are also cheaper than PCBs, so buy them too.
Your stupid PCBs, apparently.
you shot fired from the Touhou.
Next week, like a Touhou game is on Nezuka arcade. It's like, oh fuck. I got blown up. All right, cool.
All right, thanks guys.
Yeah, thanks everyone, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks for having us. Bye.
And thanks all the guests.
Fun.